This video is sponsored by Sarukawa. What's up guys, this is Coach Donny from Elevate Yourself, where we change lives through volleyball, training, and inspirational content. Welcome to my volleyball coach reaction to Haikyuu Season 4, Episode 18. I usually enjoy selecting some of my favorite comments from the previous reaction video and talking about them. But for this video, I made it before posting episode 17 because I recently traveled to Chicago for a volleyball tournament from Friday to Sunday. So I didn't get a chance to read your comments before making this one. Instead, I'll be showing a few highlight clips from the VLA tournament, which is the semi-professional volleyball league that I currently play in. The full games won't be posted until 4 to 5 weeks from now, but if you want early access to all the games from that tournament, make sure that you sign up for my Patreon linked below as a Game Ready member so you can watch all those games right now, participate in live Q&A sessions, listen to my private podcasts, and receive other exclusive perks. Now let's get this Haikyuu party started. That's right, Nekoma versus Sarukawa Tech. Nekoma down by 2 points. Yeah, sometimes aiming away from an opponent is more important than hitting hard. And I remember from the last episode that Sarukawa Tech is essentially another defensive team because they mentored under Nekoma. Okay, when you get the compliment from a seasoned coach from Nekoma, that's how you know you're doing a good job. Who's saying crush him? Is the coach saying crush him, or the player saying crush him? Trap. Okay, they're saying the trap for Kenma. Who's this? Oh, that's Lev. I haven't seen Lev in a while. Ooh, all right. Really good. That's an interesting celebration with his eyes wide open. Maybe because he knew he got away with one because the set was too low. I think that was the guy that poured water. Let's look at his eyes. Those round eyes with the little small pupils. It looks like the guy that poured water on Tanaka's twin and Kenma. These facial expressions are pretty funny. Haiba-kun. Gosh, too many names. I need to have a printout of all the teams and then what they look like. That's a good question. Game plans are easy in theory, but difficult to execute. And this is his girlfriend, if I remember one of your comments correctly. I remember I was talking to one of my coaching staffs who's new to coaching, and he made a great comment. He's a big fan of the Golden State Warriors, and the Warriors are an undersized team, but they're also one of the best teams in the NBA right now. And Steph Curry, who's one of the best shooters that ever played the game, is also on that team. And I remember he was making a comment saying, man, our team should be just like the Warriors. We're undersized. Why can't we be more like them? Run a faster offense, right? Then we'd be a lot better. But there's a reason why there's only one Warriors. You need a couple things in place. You need the right athletes. Just because you're undersized doesn't mean you can actually do certain things. Because if you're undersized and slow and don't have very good shooting skill, you don't have the Steph Curry to run that fast offense and shoot all those deep threes. And so as a coach, it's my job to evaluate the athletes that you have and then to come up with a strategy that they can actually execute well. And to remember that just because one strategy works for one team doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for your team. And like I said earlier, everything sounds great in theory, but executing it and executing it appropriately for the right team is really where the skill comes in. Because you might think, well, why can't everyone put pressure on Kenma? It's like maybe because Nekoma is actually a really good passing team. Well, we got a dump. Okay, making Kenma dive. Okay, we got some good animations this episode. And he's running kind of sideways. That's a weird gait. Yeah, when your setter gets tired, the sets start to die inside. Oh, making Kenma dive. Oh yeah, I've happened to me many times. Sometimes you're just so tired, your body does uncharacteristic things. But does Nekoma have a backup? I'm pretty sure Nekoma is gonna come back with a counter strategy. Those are some old school volleyballs. Wako pressure. Okay, I'm assuming A pass means you can run an A quick. Or maybe just rating the passes. His voice doesn't match his face here. Oh, maybe this is because it's a young Nekoma coach, so you got the same voice, but then way younger. No wonder that voice sounded familiar. This is good insight. Curious what he's gonna say now. So understand the game as a whole versus just focus on trying to be good at one point. Yeah, I would agree with that. Oh, his buddy helped him up, the one he used to fight with. Kuro knows how to get his buddy back on track. Oh. Backup's waiting for the opportunity. Man, they are all the zombies are zooming in and waiting for their chance. Alright, they got a lucky break just out. That is true, they still have the edge. All they need to do is just make Kenma run a little bit. I think what the coach is concerned about now is the team, Sarukawa. I'm just gonna call him Sa. The Sa team smells blood. They're so close. The game plan's working. They're tiring out Kenma. And remember, the game plan was not to hit hard and try to go for kills, but to extend rallies, put it in tough spots, make Kenma work more, and then over time, you're gonna decrease Kenma's ability to set, which is gonna tire out or decrease the ability of the hitters, and that's when they're gonna strike. But I think the coach is sensing that the players are wanting to end the game now, so they're starting to hit hard instead of making them dive and move around more. So who knows, maybe they might shoot themselves in the foot, and if they don't fully follow the plan and be patient and continue to place it, instead they're gonna give Nekoma the advantage, because Nekoma's advantage is dealing with the hard spikes and then converting in transition here. All right. Is he gonna try to go for it again, but he's gonna hit right into Kuro. Oh, sharp angle. But Kuro's gonna drop his hand. No. Gets an easy tip. The guy with the eyes again. Oh, making Kenma run. But Kuro's gonna come to save. Oh. Nice. Kenma still comes in with a tired set. That's because Kenma's a gamer. He's a true competitor. I would just tip in front of Kenma and keep making him dive. Make Kenma play. Make him play the first ball, then the libero can set the second ball. Oh, that was a pressure. I missed many serves under pressure here. Oh, did he overpass that? But Kenma's gonna do something special. Maybe Kenma's gonna go up to pretend to set and then fake and let the ball go over. Because Kenma's just he's a gamer. Backing up like a zombie. Are they gonna hit on two? Oh, he waited for them to make a move. Oh man. Kenma staying so calm. Oh, they're looking to the coach now. What do they do? I still think they need a tip on Kenma. Okay, purposely passing it tight to create greater separation. You need to call a timeout, coach. Regroup your team. This was a really early halftime, and I checked the timestamp. It is super early, but that means it's time for our sponsor, Sarukawa. We're gonna try out some snacks. Sarukawa is a monthly subscription service where you get monthly deliveries of authentic Japanese teas and snacks. And I've been tasting all the variety of snacks every video, and so far I have not been disappointed. The first snack I'm gonna try is the chatsubu, and one thing I like about these snacks is I can't read Japanese, so it's always a mystery. Sometimes they're in English, but more than half are in Japanese, and that's how you know they're authentic. This one almost smells like seaweed. Alright, let's see what's on the inside. Ooh, maybe some strawberry, green tea. It's almost like a green tea, strawberry mochi, flaking on the outside. For the Sarukawa collection, these snacks are actually meant to be eaten with the teas that they come with. For the second snack, all in Japanese, have no idea what this is, but we'll try this at the very end. If you want to try your own Sarukawa snacks, which are different every month, that's the coolest part. You can get $5 off your first order by using the link and the discount code in the description box, and you can enjoy your authentic Japanese snacks and teas every month. I definitely don't miss the fat owls that were flying. Ah, there he is. I thought it was going to be some more cats. The cats are a little cuter, because I'm more of a cat person here. Connect. I forgot that that's the Nekoma theme. An A pass. Oh, everyone's looking for Kenma for the ultimate strategy. Dude, and the guy next to Kenma, look at his eyes. Are his eyes always like that? Looks like he's getting ready to throw a bucket of water on Kenma to wake him up. Maybe that's a strategy. Maybe that's what they should do. Everyone's expecting Kenma to have the answers. The Nekoma coach is just saying, you just gotta deal with it and be okay. That means everyone is going to chip in to work a little harder to make Kenma's job easier. Okay, so maybe just to throw the opponent off. He's gonna find a way to game. That's thoughtful of Kenma. So I wonder what Kenma means from this strategy. Oh, he even got a reaction from Tanaka's twin. I already forgot his name. Tora? Okay, let's see what the strategy looks like here. So purposely passing behind Kenma to make the blockers move. So they're gonna draw the middles and maybe set away from the middles. Okay. They're just trying to make the blockers react now. Okay, if I'm understanding the strategy correctly, according to Kenma, occasionally he wants them to pass a little far left, a little far right, a little off the net to make the middle blockers follow Lev and Kuro, who are very effective middle attackers. And he's going to wait to see the blockers move before he makes a decision, but looks like specifically set away from them to really throw off the blockers. Once again, it sounds great in theory because you might think, why can't you do that all the time? But it requires a very, very high level of consistency and accuracy. The reality is the more a setter has to move, the less accurate their setting becomes. And if you think about it, if a setter is running forward and they want to set back, that you almost have to set double the distance without having to look. So it requires a very, very, very good setter to execute this. Sounds great in theory, but very difficult to do in reality. I would say that actually setting longer distances as he's moving away from his setting target is actually going to tire him out faster than just hustling for a ball. So this one might not be as realistic. Let's see if the coach has a counter strategy. Uh-oh, you don't want to just think about winning. You always want to have a specific strategy or specific purpose. And the coach should not be quiet. If he knows his players are confused, he needs to say something to them. Yeah. Call the timeout. Oh, he forced a timeout. Nice timing. They followed the game plan, encouraged them that they did a good job with the game plan. Trying to put myself in Aritaka's shoes. What would I say to a team that has already executed the game plan really well, and yet Nekoma reacted and adapted so quickly, and it's 24-24, you have a chance to shut him out. What would I do? I would have to think about this. I definitely wouldn't keep going in this direction because Nekoma is comfortable with their adaptation and they are starting to have the edge. So your team has to do something different to respond, or at least to make Nekoma do something different. So I would just say make Kenma pass the first ball because he's going to have the most accurate hands, and just force the libero to set. If you force the libero to set, most likely you're not going to have to worry about a quick attack, and the offense is going to be a lot more predictable. So if you force Kenma to pass the first ball, you immediately eliminate his opportunity to actually run the offense. And that seems to be the main reason why Nekoma is coming back, is because Kenma is still able to run an offense deceptively in spite of his fatigue. So if they mean one more push by just doing the same thing, they are going to lose. Who's talking right now? Okay. That's right, the higher level you play at, the harder it is to win. That's cute. The girlfriend's excited about deuce while the boyfriend's like deep into volleyball thought. Very, very, very standard relationship here. Nice receiver. Let's see what they do. Oh, that's a good jump set animation. Okay, got a dig from Kuro, a rare middle who can pass. But Nekoma is so experienced and tough. Still telling them not to rush it. Oh no, this is a flashback here. That's the first time you see such a strong facial expression from Kenma. Whoa, that was awesome. Whoa. This is one thing that's unique to Japanese animation. To show intense emotion, they have those veins popping out. You look at Kuro's face, or not Kuro, sorry, Kenma. All these veins popping out of his face, and then those scratchy lines right here on the brow. You notice that whenever people look frustrated or annoyed, they got those scratchy lines here. So I love that about Japanese animation. And I want to rewatch those action sequences because the way they're doing these slow motion dynamic is exactly how you got to do it. We talked about in earlier episodes how you just need to add a few more frames, and they slowed it down just enough so you can really process everything that's going on. But I love the contrast between this fast and slow. Oh man, that was so good. Look at that sprawl. They're thinking that both teams are thinking the same thing. Stop digging me. Wow, 28-28. Okay, now, yes, this is very standard. Both teams that have amazing defense is going to be incredible rallies, and whichever team is in the better shape will win. So dramatic. Maybe this frustration is gonna fire him up to work even harder. When you can get Kenma frustrated, maybe you've got to him finally. Oh, good call from the coach there. Tora, I knew his name, yes. Got his name right. Now he's forcing Kenma to reflect. Wow, so introspective. This is where Kenma needs the guts. This is a beautiful imagery over his monologue. This is very insightful from Kenma, and actually from Tora. And I like the fact that you have Kenma and Tora. And am I the only one that thinks it's the same duality between Hinata and Kageyama? But you have Kenma, who is hyper efficient, low energy, and all about just function and whatever. And you have Tora, who's the complete opposite. It's about banging out, pushing yourself as hard as you can, going all out, and proving yourself on the court. And the reality is you need both. There's a time and place for each application, and there's a time to have both. And I think Kenma is definitely starting to appreciate Tora's approach to things. And one thing that always frustrates me is when people say, oh, the game's all mental, or anytime something is really difficult, like training for a marathon or a basketball or being a professional athlete, they say, oh, at that level, it's all mental. It's like saying all the training they do doesn't matter as long as you have a mentally trained mind. I guarantee you, LeBron James
it's LeJean Brames.
Cannot just forget about his training and be 500 pounds and eat fast food all day and then come in with a strong mind. I guarantee you he will not perform as well as he is now, even if he has the same mindset. What's really key about what Kenma is saying here is you need to have a strong mind. Here he says soul, but I think he means mind or just your inner self. But you also need a strong outer self. You need a strong body, and they need to work in unison. That's really where greatness happens, when you train your body and your mind to be in the same place. It's that harmony that allows you to do great things. A lot of times we have frustrating or less than successful experiences when our mind is ahead of our body, right? Let's say you see what's happening, but your body doesn't do what you want it to do, or your body is ahead of your mind, where you're doing these things, but you don't know why, and you can't reproduce it consciously because you're not aware of what you're doing. So I love this insight. This is a fantastic arc. I don't know if you guys consider this an arc of Kenma, but this has just been a really nice journey between Tora and Kenma, seeing Kenma come to this realization. And then you got the slow-mo scenes to make it more dramatic. Tachi! Oh, that's where Tora's guts pays off. He's just going for it. Yeah, look at that technique under fatigue. They're still trying to bait them. So maybe by having an inconsistent passing location and rhythm, you break the rhythm of the blockers. Who's speaking now? Is that Tora? Who is talking and who is he referring to? The scene would be so much more enjoyable if I knew who was talking. That sounded like Tora. It definitely did not sound like Kenma. Oh, this music is getting so emotional. It's bringing me in. There's gonna be a but. It's the team. So true. That's the power of team sports. That is not just poetry. That is reality. It's one of the ultimate team sports out there. Oh, there's the flashback to that first scene. Is he gonna dump it? I was gonna set Tora to finish it. That would be so poetic to put. Oh no, Fukunaga. And then he gives him that perfect set for the very right moment. And he gives everything he's got. All that sweat. Man, beautiful illustration here. This little, I'm getting goosebumps from this, by the way. Can't see on the camera, but I am. This get me emotional, but it's also stimulating me mentally. It's like the moment where Tanaka was yelling left off. That made me feel like charged up emotionally. Definitely more emotional than mentally charged up. This one gets me emotional, but I'm definitely more like mentally deep into the philosophy of this and just the team aspect of this. And Kenma's doing such a great job talking about it and giving a visual of what that team camaraderie looks like. Now I got to take a step back and enjoy this animation here. We've talked about before where having each sweat drop different, falling down at different angles will help describe the contour of the face, but also look at how each sweat drop is falling at the same angle to show that the face is angled that way. And then in this still image, you got that one sweat drop. So dramatic. And the reason why that's important to point out is because when you're sweating, you might think, oh, well, all the sweat drops are gonna fall at the same time. But for a dramatic effect to kind of keep you in that moment, everything else is still, and then you'll notice that one sweat drop. Kind of like when you're emotional and you're holding back and you just got that one tear drop. Sometimes that creates a deeper effect than just having all these tears come out. Wow, they're pulling all of the animation tricks in this one. Look at that sweat drop come down, that just one. Oh, game's over already? Oh, he did save it for the end. Damn, that was a good fight. Kenma is just face planted and done. Now, does Kenma have energy for the next set? Are they gonna play Karasuno? Nice toss. Oh, we got a smile from Kenma. Now, is Tora going to go up to Kenma and say, "You got guts. You have guts now." I wish we would do that in America. Have the players actually thank the fans. Yeah, you gotta pay respect to the OG defensive coach. And that's a compliment from your mentor. You know, that means a lot to him. That is true. Kenma came out with a plan that would make it more physically demanding on him. There's the Hinata asking those simple-minded questions, honest questions at least. Aha, he did. He complimented. I called that. He complimented on having guts. Another part of duty to understand. He says, I felt a sense of duty. It's not that I had guts, but I felt a responsibility to my team. And that's why it's so important for everyone to work hard in every aspect. A lot of people will say, well, I don't want to work hard because I might not always get the ball. But even if you don't get the ball, but you're working hard, you're gonna make other people feel guilty and that they should be working harder. Now, as an outside hitter who focuses on passing the ball and hitting, one thing that makes me want to make my passes even better is when my setter goes all out for the second ball. Let's say I totally shank the ball and my setter runs his butt off and totally dives and puts his body on the line. That very next point, I'm not thinking about passing the ball perfectly or getting better. I'm feeling guilty that I made my setter work that hard. So I damn sure am gonna do my best to make sure I reward his effort. Because if the setter, let's say if I do shank the ball and the setter doesn't go for it, I might not blame my setter because I knew it was a bad pass, but his lack of effort is not gonna motivate me that much more to make a change. So that's why feeling a sense of responsibility has to be founded on other people working hard. And that's why you gotta work hard. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm kind of just improvising those thoughts, but having a sense of duty is a really important part of team sports. That's right. Yeah, it is weird that he tried. Kenma's trying to have a moment here, and everyone's just... poor Kenma. Oh, he was touched that he was called a friend. That's cute. But video games doesn't require as much physical effort, and Kenma's a mental effort specialist, not a physical effort specialist. Yeah, you gotta have these games in your head. Ooh, Hinata is the strong No, Karasuno is the strong boss that they want. Yeah, this is making me so excited for them to play Karasuno. I hope Karasuno wins. They have to. Because we gotta watch them play. There's no point in telling this great story of Nekoma if we're not gonna have a victorious Karasuno. Here's my immediate reaction to episode 18. I did not expect myself to enjoy Kenma's arc. I'm gonna keep calling it arc. I apologize if I'm not using the term correctly or if this is not part of Kenma's arc. The backstory with Tora to being someone who just doesn't want to put a lot of physical effort to him finally wanting to put the physical effort in, not for himself, but for the sake of his teammates. Although at the end that was a little confusing when he said, is it that hard to believe that I wanted to work hard for once? But I think it just goes to show that it's so rare for him to put in that physical effort. And of course, that's why his teammates are going to be amazed when he does. We've been waiting for this rematch between Nekoma and Karasuno. If anyone's going to get Kenma fired up, it's going to be Hinata. And I still don't fully understand why, but I'm pretty sure we'll learn what's going to happen and why Hinata is a big motivation for Kenma. Now it's time to try our last snack here. If anyone reads Japanese, they can tell me what that says. Probably says yummy snack. Oh, one of it already came off. Oh, is this almost like a polymer? It's like a toasted polymer. There's some unique flavor inside. I can't put my tongue on it. I don't know exactly what it is. Some type of nut, lightly toasted. I would say my favorite part about a lot of these snacks, other than the flavor, is the textures. A lot of these cookies are lightly toasted, and to have something shipped overseas and still be super crunchy and flaky is pretty impressive. And I'll be honest, I have not had a bad snack yet. But don't forget, you get $5 off your first Sarukawa order on your monthly subscription. Check out the link and the discount code below. And if you want to watch any of my previous Haikyuu reaction videos, check out the playlist right here. And I'm pretty sure you're going to like this video right here.